Rise and grind, gamers. My name is Tetsyumi, and welcome back to episode 30 of our Terraria Infernum rogue-only playthrough. And I was looking at our boss checklist off camera. Oh my god, I did not realize how insanely close we were to the end of this playthrough. Like, obviously today, what we're doing, if you guys don't know, is we are finally fighting Providence, the Profane Goddess, honestly, one of the best fights in all of modded Terraria. Like, I don't know what it is about the fight. It's one of my favorite fights in all of modded Terraria, and it's just cool. It's just a cool fight. It's a cool boss. I am super excited to see what Infernum mode is going to do with it, because I hear it's a really, really, really good and cool fight from Infernum mode. Not sure if it's going to be too terribly difficult, but I mean, probably. Like, I imagine this is our first, like, real boss now that we have entered the post-Moonlord content. Obviously, we fought, like, the Profane Guardians and, like, the Stormweaver. Those are more, like, mini-bosses. Providence is the first official, like, big, real boss that we have to fight. So I am definitely expecting it to be a little bit hard. But yeah, dude, look at this. After Providence, we have, like, we have barely any bosses left. We have to fight the rest of the, like, 3 mini-bosses, the Ceaseless Void, and then the Cygnus. And then we get to, like, Old Duke, the DOG, and, like, the Exomax Yard. Like, we are nearly at the end of this playthrough, 30 episodes in, which 30 episodes is a lot, don't get me wrong, but, like, holy shit, I feel like this playthrough has gone by so insanely fast for it being Infernum mode, like the biggest, hardest thing in all of modded Terraria, which also technically it's not. Fargos Soul Mod Masochist mode is supposedly harder than Infernum mode, and honestly, as of right now, I would completely agree. My Fargos Soul Mod Masochist mode playthrough has definitely been much harder on average than Infernum mode has been so far. But with that being said, gamers, we can go ahead and take a look at our episode to-do list, episode 30, and we only got one goddamn thing on here, which is to take down Providence. I'm not sure how long this is going to take, how hard it's going to be. That's why we only have one thing on this to-do list. If we somehow get done with Providence in, like, a record amount of time, then obviously we can add more to this. But the only thing I have to do today is take down Providence, and we should be all 100% prepared for this. As you guys know, last episode we fought the Stormweaver to get one specific item, which is this Twisting Thunder, which technically, yes, I did do a little bit of progression skipping to get this weapon, because what we had to do is fight the Stormweaver, right, to get these armored shells. And obviously the Stormweaver is supposed to be like a mini boss that you fight after the Providence, so a little bit of progression skipping, really not that much. As you guys can see, like, Stormweaver's just right down here, and technically this is a mini boss. It's not really a full-fledged boss, as, like, our boss checklist says it is here. So, like, we got this Twisting Thunder weapon. Seems really good. I mean, 1800 rogue damage is amazing. What it does is you basically throw a dart, and then if you, like, hit things with the dart like this, it summons down a bunch of lightning bolts to come from the sky and hit more enemies. Like, it sounds really cool. I'm hoping it's going to be good, but obviously we have so many weapons in our hotbar right now. We can switch back and forth between any single one of them. And gamers, with that being said, let's just go down into hell, dude. So there's a few interesting things about this Providence boss fight. For one, if we go ahead and take a look at the Profane card, which we use to spawn in Providence, you can see it summons Providence when used in the altar in the profaned temple at the far right side of the underworld, which is obviously this thing in here. Now, do I use this here at, like, the middle of this temple, or do I go into here and figure out whatever this temple is over here? I think you go into here, which would be so goddamn cool. Let's see. Do I have to, like, actually use this thing, or will it just, like, open now that I have it in my hotbar? I'm not too sure. Oh, it is. The world is shaking. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, shit. Oh, dude, that's awesome. I was right. Okay, so you do go in, like, this area, which is, I guess, the temple, and in here is going to be, like, a cool boss arena. So before we go in and check that out, there's more on this I wanted to mention. In regular vanilla Calamity, you can fight Providence in either the underworld or in the hollowed biome in, like, the overworld, and depending on where you fight it, you get, I think, some, like, unique drops, and I'm pretty sure you can combine both of those drops into, like, one cool accessory. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it's the same thing here. Yeah, the unique drops change depending on the biome fought in. However, this, like, says specifically that we're supposed to use it in the Profane Temple and the far right side of the underworld. I'm not sure if we could also use this above ground in the hollow, but maybe that's something we can check out later. And then that's pretty much it, dude. The heart of her guardians, her wicked wrath shall burn upon whoever now wields it. Goddamn cool. So without further ado, dude, let's just go in here. Let's see what all this is about. There's some texted stuff I can't read. This looks really cool. Oh shit. Wait. Okay, no, I was gonna say, is this gonna be another, like, teleport thing similar to, like, the Banished Baron? But no, it looks like, damn, dude, this is sick. I had to double check. My sound is on. There's no music playing right now, I guess, to, like, up the atmosphere of this area. But if we go down here, is this, dude, where are we going? This is definitely not enough space for a boss arena. Are we actually gonna teleport? There's like beds and stuff in here. What is, does she have like a royal army or something? Dude, what is this? This is so goddamn cool. Oh shit. Oh, it does open up. Also, hold on. What is this? What is this right here first? Is this anything? Oh, it's just a chair. Okay, I thought it was like a cool drop or something, but it's just a chair. Damn. Oh, this is a pretty... I mean, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's a pretty big area. I'm used to fighting Providence in like a way bigger area. Usually I make like a huge arena, like similar to this, what we use for the Wall of Flesh, except I'd probably even make it a little bit taller here too. So like, I mean, this is a good amount of area, I feel like, but definitely not as much as I would be used to for a boss, let alone an Infernum boss. I feel like this for an Infernum boss is like not enough space, but dude, shit, I am so ready for this. So there's an altar here. And I'm guessing we just started. Did I see like text or something? Oh no, I saw myself bar. I'm stupid. First attempt. Okay, yeah, there we go. Oh my god. Oh, very cool already. Oh shit. Still no music. That's so weird. Oh shit, there we go, dude. Providence has been summoned. And there's the music. There's that good ass Providence theme. Hell yeah. So far, okay, first phase. Pretty good. I mean, like, it's just, you know, well, you gotta dodge some things. I got hit by a little bit. I think what I want to do, actually, hold on, can I like switch over? Yeah, I'd like to switch over my wings. I like the ability to hover a little bit. It makes dodging a little bit easier in sections like that. Wow, dude, that you already did a lot of damage to me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, this is great. Damn. This is so sick so far. I'm taking so much damage. These attacks are insane. Oh my god, they're so cool. This is gonna be a really fun fight to learn. Yeah, that's awesome. Dude, that's fucking awesome. I had to walk back down here manually because I forgot to set up a waypoint, but did we get infinite flight for that? Because I feel like we do, right? If I spawn this guy in, I didn't notice that we lost flight time, so I imagine we do probably get infinite flight for this fight. Yeah, okay, good. We do get infinite flight. Hell yeah, that's gonna make things a little bit easier. Should I try and stay closer to Providence during this phase, or like, should I get further away? I'm not sure. I feel like further away might be a little bit easier. Further away actually does seem okay. Well, I was gonna say a little bit easier, and then I got hit twice immediately. So like, listen, dude, I'm not really too sure. Honestly, this phase is gonna be a little bit hard to dodge. She summons like fucking giant suns. I can't really see anything. This is, of course, just gonna be like a whole lot of trial and error, especially in these first like few attacks, because I have no idea what any of her attacks do. I have no idea what they look like and stuff like that. I don't know if the suns that explode, like, I'm sure they would do damage, but like, I don't know the explosion radius of them. Dude, oh my god, this is kind of hard to dodge too, bro. There's a lot going on right now. Like, there's so many projectiles on screen. So can I kind of just like slowly move this way? No. Dude, this is, oh my, okay, so the suns do explode and do damage. Okay, good to know. It seems like staying in this top corner of the arena, at least for the start, like for this phase, makes it a little bit easier to dodge these fireballs. Okay, so that's good. Now, when the lasers come down in this, oh, dude, no, that is doing, like, I gotta get so far out. Yeah, dude, these explosion radius is actually crazy. The hard part about that is there's those, like, lasers on either side of you, and then in the middle of those lasers, she does another projectile straight in the middle, so, like, you can't even really stay in the middle of the lasers. You gotta, like, stay off to one corner of them. Oh, okay, hold on. No, I see what you're supposed to do. I think you're supposed to just like circle Providence in this bit. Yeah, you're totally just supposed to circle Providence. That makes dodging a lot easier. Obviously, you know, bad example right now because like I just got hit a bunch. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, are the lasers maybe a red herring and I can kind of just go through them? Actually, it almost seems, yeah, I see what it is. The lasers aren't real lasers. They're just like the indicator of where she shoots down those shots. So like the lasers aren't real lasers yet. You just have to avoid the actual shot beams. Okay, in that case, that's fine. And then you go into like this. Oh, no. Oh, the Guardians. Oh, shit. Okay, well, you know what? We're officially further now than we've ever been. So, dude, fuck yeah. Also, I'm sure you guys have probably, you know, realized this by now. I'm specifically not attacking her right now because I'm just trying to learn all of her attacks. I'm trying to learn all of her patterns, stuff like that, just so I can get a little bit used to the fight. And wow, look at that, dude. We got, damn. We just got, we got whatever it's called, adrenaline during that. That was really good. Oh, shit. That was really, oh, she's going blue. Why? Oh, yep. So the one other thing about this fight that I didn't mention, because I didn't think it would actually matter, Providence does enrage during nighttime, and allegedly also despawns. I didn't think that would matter because we're in the underworld, so I thought maybe that wouldn't apply unless we were fighting her like in the hallowed biome in like the overworld. But yeah, I guess it does matter in the underworld too, that she would enrage and then I guess despawn during the day. A little bit unfortunate, but other than that, it is now day. That was a really insanely good attempt. Like, that was awesome. We actually got adrenaline too. Okay, I'm very clearly ass at that like attack. God damn, wow. But what I was gonna say is I like how this spinning attack is kind of reminiscent of, you know, the Profane Guardians attack, where you would like try and circle them in like their second phase and have to avoid all the shots and stuff like that. I think that's really cool. When do you start doing the, there you go, okay. So you kind of start pulsing out like that, and that's the indicator of when you're gonna do it. Yeah, it is hard. It is. Maybe when you do that, then I can kind of fuck off over to like a side of the arena, and that'll be a little bit easier or something like that. I'm not really too sure. It seems kind of just like generally moving to the left or right for this attack. It seems like that works out pretty well, and then like this attack is pretty easy. I didn't know there'd be a giant explosion, but I was gonna say that attack is easy. Whatever. At this point, we understand the first few attacks, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, you know, give this boss some more practice. That is fucked up that stray ass bullet hit me. Wasn't even supposed to do that. We're gonna give this boss some more practice. I'll bring you guys back once we get to hopefully a few new attacks that we can also learn. Damn, I am so ass. Damn, I'm so ass. That was a pretty good attempt. So I know it didn't really look like it was a good attempt, but I only started attacking like halfway through that whole thing. What I was trying to do is really understand the first phase, and I think for the most part I did. And I think actually I figured out something maybe about this first attack here. I think, and I could be wrong, but I think this kind of goes based on your speed. Because like if I start circling Providence way faster than you guys can see, the bullets kind of come in a little bit more sporadically. However, if I try and really take it slow, then the bullets kind of almost curve around me. So like, yeah, I think that's what's happening. Also, I figured out a good strategy for this, which is pretty much just to go like up. That was a bad example, but like these usually get shot downwards, those like big explosions. And if you sort of like slowly rise to the top, you can easily avoid like the falling projectiles and then also the explosions most of the time. So let me try and show you guys what I mean here. If I go like really slow around Providence, the bullets, like, it kind of seems like they curve around me, right? And then it makes this, the next part where she starts shooting like these, a little bit easier, because I gotta go a little bit faster. It kind of depends. Like, I'm really bad at it still, obviously, but like you guys can see, I'm dodging it way easier. And then for this phase, if I just like slowly rise to the top, then I can, for the most part, avoid all of these giant like nuke explosions, and it's not usually that bad. Yeah, look at that. And then it's just way better. And then obviously this phase is literally nothing. This attack is just like the easiest thing in the world to avoid. And then like she spawns in the Guardians after this phase, and the Guardians are also super easy to avoid. Actually, the Guardians I like a lot because of that one attack. I really like that attack, and you can kind of like, it's hard to describe. You can kind of make like a U shape in the arena while you're fighting this boss, and for the most part, like all of the Guardians attacks you completely avoid. And for the first phase, I believe that's it. Then the Guardians just kind of start cycling between all of these attacks, and eventually you get back up to the point where Providence again is going to go in that like spinny phase, which I think is this one right now. No, not yet. Yeah, and here it is. And now we're back into this phase. So that's all that the first phase is, it seems. Unless there's like more after this, but I imagine like once you get to here, it's kind of like the reset point of the first phase. So I think then with that, I can pretty much just start like actually fighting Providence. I don't think the first phase, at the very least, is going to be all that like terribly bad. Yeah. Yo, yeah, we did it, dude. We got in the second phase. Okay, so far. Oh shit, dude, the lava is rising. Hell yeah, this is awesome. Also, like attacks like these, wow. Oh shit, wait, hold on, never mind. I was gonna say attacks like these I'm really good at avoiding, but then she threw in some fucking top down shots too. Okay, hold on, this is a little bit different. Shit, okay, it looks like these explode after like some time, so I have a little bit of time to avoid the explosions. Oh, but I see you're still shooting me from above, from below, I mean, from the lava. Dude, shit, this is sick. Oh my god. Oh, this is sick. Okay, hell yeah. I would say the first phase then, we definitely have unlocked. And that took how many attempts? Like, not even that many. So far, it was only 15 attempts. 15 attempts, and I would say we have the first phase, like, completely down. Dude, fuck yeah. So at this point, I still have 2 questions I want to answer. Okay, well, actually, no. At this point, I have 1 question I want to answer. And that only question is, in the first phase now, what weapon should we be using? Obviously, I do want to use my Twisting Thunder weapon, but is that going to be the best choice for me? Now that I have to actually think about, like, attacking this boss and what weapon I should be using, we actually have to, you know, decide what weapon to be using. So I'm going to try the Twisting Thunder now. And then after this, I think we'll also try the Alpha Virus, because that has historically just done a lot of damage. It's been a really good weapon for me. Oh, can I avoid all these? Yeah, okay, you know what, not bad. I am definitely so much better at this phase right now, like so insanely much better. It's crazy. So it seems like a baseline for the Twisting Thunder weapon is that I'm doing around 8,000 damage, which seems pretty good. Obviously right now, you know what, right now the number is inflated heavily because I'm also hitting the Guardians with this weapon. But if I switch to the Alpha Virus now, am I going to be doing as much damage? It seems like no. It seems like no, just because the Alpha Virus is a much slower weapon, so it's a little bit more inconsistent if I'm, like, directly hitting the boss with it. So yeah, actually, I think probably the Twisting Thunder is going to be the best weapon, because it can also do a lot of good piercing damage against, like, the Guardians that spawn in. You know what? I wonder how good the Spam Strike on this weapon is. Okay, well, I guess we'll never know. Yeah, because I've only ever used this weapon with Stealth Strikes. Is the Spam Strike good? It seems not good. It seems not good because, like, it looks like the lightning that comes down isn't really directly hitting the boss anymore. So yeah, probably Spam Strike is the way to go. Or sorry, Stealth Strike. Stealth Strike's the way to go, even with, like, the Rage mode being active. What? God damn it! God damn it! I forgot it turned daytime, or I mean, it turned nighttime. The Profane Goddess was no longer after me. Shit. I'm actually impressed myself, though. Like, that was a really consistent first phase. I feel like I actually do have the first phase down pretty good. You know, actually testing the Spam Strike on a Super Dummy, I feel like the lightning probably would hit Providence and also the Guardians. Like, if I... Yeah, the lightning seems, like, compact enough to where I would hit it with the Spam Strike. So, probably it would be good to use, like, the Rage mode with this, with Spam Strike. Whoa. Oh, I did not sleep enough. It's still daytime. Okay, so you're just enraged now. You know, fuck it, dude. We'll do an enraged fight. That was a bad idea. Damn, dude, that attack is hard. I feel like in that attack, I want to stop moving because, like, after she shoots the giant nuke, I don't know what you would call it, the fireball at the lava, it kind of, like, spurts up into, like, a geyser almost and shoots a few more, like, fireballs out of the lava, and you kind of want to be in the middle of that, but you can't because she continues to shoot those giant fireballs at you, so I'm not really sure where you're supposed to go. Yo! That was awesome! Oh my god, okay, so we got actually 2 new attacks in that second phase. There was one where she shot like a lance down and then made a bunch of geysers that you had to go in the middle of. And then there was a cool like lattice pattern while she was exploding or something, and there was like a big wall of flare I had to also move away from to avoid. That was sick! Actually, we could have even went further in that fight, but as you guys can see here, I did run out of healing potions, so for like most of that fight, I couldn't heal. I was at like 100 or 200 health. It was not great. Okay, yeah, I was absolutely correct in what I thought would happen. For some reason, I just didn't decide to take my own advice and like actually move to the side, but that is exactly what happens. Like the lattice pattern appears and then like those fireballs start shooting out. And then Providence also, like, makes a giant explosion that forces you to, like, either side of the arena. So I just have to really prioritize moving to the side to not get hit by the giant explosion. Yo! Yo, that was sick! Okay, I don't think that was the third phase. I think that was probably just a new attack in the second phase, but holy shit, that was great. That was okay. We actually adapted to that like lattice fireball thing, and we got to fight a big gem. That was cool. Low key though, I gotta say I'm a little bit surprised I didn't die to that gem sooner, because I feel like a lot of the attacks it had were pretty complicated to dodge. If there was a second there, I don't know if this will be included in like the footage, there's a second where I tried to like kind of stop moving and just make really small micro adjustments, because like it kind of shot a bunch of stuff and then they would curve a little bit to try and hit you, but I'm not sure if it curved because I was moving fast or because like they were just curving. So that's definitely going to require a lot more testing. But again, it seems that for the most part the second phase, at least those few attacks that I've seen, aren't terribly difficult. Interesting. So that time I tried to go to the right side instead of the left side, and I guess that was a mistake, because like I was right up against the the right side wall, and like I got hit by the explosion. So maybe you have to go to the left side. I'm not really sure. Yeah, dude, that's gonna be a difficult attack. But honestly, I think that's the only actual difficult attack we've seen so far. God damn it, I forgot that it's not nighttime or whatever right now. Hold on. No! Damn it, despawned. I think that was the final phase. I think that was the final phase. That was so good. Oh my god. The lava like started rising and I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. Oh my god. If that is the final phase, then we are so close to beating this boss. Oh my god, this is awesome. Oh yeah. It's time. So close. Damn. God damn it! I turned nighttime again. I keep forgetting to do that. Let's go! Let's fucking go! That was a fucking great attempt, dude! Oh my god, oh shit, dude, I'm lightheaded. Whoa! Whoa! What was that? Was that like the DOG? What the fuck? Is there anything up here? Yeah. What the fuck? That was insane! Oh my god! Dude! I always say this, I cannot yell like this. The walls are not that thick anymore. What a phenomenal fight. What an insane, awesome fight. Yeah, there was a lot more like at the final phase, like the desperation phase, than I thought there was, but we still managed to lock in. Like that was without any practice. I've never gotten that far in the fight before. Dude, that was amazing. Oh my god, dude, I can hear my heart beating. My adrenaline is going crazy right now. What an insane attempt. Like, we locked in so hard. Actually, how many times did I even get hit? I feel like I didn't even really get hit that many times in that fight. Yeah, dude, I got hit 5 times. I literally got hit only 5 times in that fight. That fight only took 36 attempts? 30 attempts for Providence in Infernum mode. That is unreal. That is actually insane. A really, really good fight. I gotta say, those past few tries where, like, I failed right before the winning attempt, I died mainly for one reason, not actually for the reason you think. It's because in that weird like lattice attack where she shoots fireballs, there's like a lattice pattern, you got to avoid it. I kept accidentally coming to the right side of the screen here instead of the left. And yeah, apparently like coming to the right side of the screen, you are like guaranteed to get hit by the explosions that like she produces, I guess. But if you go all the way over to the left side of the screen, you don't get hit by those explosions, at least if you like stay on the far left corner. So like, yeah, it's really weird, but like, yeah, if you come over to this side of the screen, then you don't get hit by the explosions. And like what would happen is I'd go to the left side, the right side of the screen, I'd get hit by the explosions, be at super low health, and then during that like third crystal phase, I would get hit like accidentally by something, and then, you know, that would just kill me because like I didn't have any health left. Man, I'm sorry guys, I'm just still at an absolute loss for words of how crazy we fucking locked in. Like five hits. I think I got 2 adrenalines off in that fight. Like, can you imagine that? Infernum mode, 2 adrenalines. That is insane. Like, I'm not a no-hitter. I wasn't trying to no-hit this boss, but like 5 hits in total. Oh my god. And gamers, with that, we can finally go ahead and take a look at the beautiful amount of loot that we got. We actually got a lot of stuff. Also, there's one more little bit of strategy that I want to share with you guys for that fight, and that is these things, these weather balloons. So you might have noticed in the beginning of that fight, I spawned in a weather balloon to start the rain, and you might be saying, Tetsyumi, why? Like, the weather has literally no effect on you. You're in the underworld, bro. You can't even see the weather, so like, how would that affect you at all? And the reason is because of this twisting thunder weapon. You guys can read, it has an effect that the lightning bolt travels faster while it's raining. And I didn't really think this would actually make that much of a difference. Honestly, I still don't know if it makes any sort of a difference, but obviously with like the stealth strike of this weapon, that's the wrong weapon. The stealth strike of this weapon, it summons a bunch of lightning from the sky like this. However, if you're not doing a stealth strike, if you're just doing the regular spam strike, then it only summons 1 lightning bolt like this. And I figured that, like, because, you know, when we get our rage mode and also when we get our adrenaline, we spam strike like this and just throw it really fast to get a bunch of damage in, maybe the like faster traveling lightning would do a little bit better for us, like do more damage or something. I'm not sure if that actually ended up helping, but that's the reason I spawned in the weather balloon, to make it rain during that fight. So I don't know, maybe that helped. Enough dilly-dallying. I want to see what we got. Starting out with the Elysian wings. These wings are so good. I don't remember. I don't think they do, but do they have a hover mechanic? Nah, they don't. Oh, man. I mean, the reason I'm using the Celestial Starboard instead of, like, any of these wings, because these wings are technically a little bit better, is because, like, the Celestial Starboard has this hover mechanic, and I really like the hover mechanic. It's just so good for mobility, especially in boss fights, because if you're ever trying to dodge something by going really fast upwards, then you can easily cancel out your momentum, and kind of the same thing if you're going down, you can just like cancel your momentum really easily, so that's why I like it. But the Elysian wings are really good, so I will most likely have to put those on for the coming boss fights just because they're so fast and like they're so good. They're such good wings. Also, I almost completely forgot about this. Go ahead and put down, thank you so much, Tree, for blocking the relic. We can put down the relic of the profaned goddess herself. We're back to it, I guess. We're back to the relics not really actually looking like the boss at all. Like, I'm gonna be honest, that does not look like the profaned goddess. But it is what it is. What else do we get? We got this thing, the Elysian Aegis, which is basically just going to be an upgrade to our Ram Dash here. This is a really good accessory. I think this is the, like, specific accessory that you get if you beat the Profane Goddess in Hell, and then there's another kind of accessory that you get if you beat her in the Hollowed. I could be wrong, but I think the Elysian Aegis is the one you get from Hell. But this is just another Ram Dash empowered by Holy Fire this time, and like, I'm gonna be honest, this Ram Dash is very good. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't look that good right now, but like if you actually ram into enemies, it makes like a big explosion, I'm pretty sure, and it looks really cool. Oh wait, hold on, I'm stupid. It's because like for some reason the Asgard's Valor stayed on instead of like replacing it. But here we go. Yeah, this is the dash. It looks a lot cooler, and yeah, if I ram into enemies, you can see it makes a big explosion. Like it's a really good dash. And of course, we also got a bunch of these divine geodes, which will go into making a whole bunch of new cool stuff, which we'll probably take a look at next episode and or off camera. And of course, we got ourselves the treasure bag. I don't know if there's a rogue weapon drop or like anything specific that we can get from this, but dude, who knows? 3, 2, 1, bam! Let's see what we got. First off, more unholy essences, which, you know, they're pretty cool. Got a ranged weapon, so it doesn't really matter. Summon weapon, again, doesn't matter. But we did get this thing, the Blazing Core, which is a really good accessory. This is a parry. Pressing none, because I don't have a keybound, will activate a parry, encasing you in luminous profaned crystal. Being hit shortly after encasement will shatter the crystal. Upon shattering, waves of holy stars spiral outwards, and the damage you would have taken is reduced to 1. After shattering, this damage reduction effect goes on cooldown, and if another encasement is shattered while on cooldown, basically if you parry again before the cooldown is up, healing stars will be interspersed throughout the wave of stars. However, the damage of a hit while it's still on cooldown is not reduced. So you still take the full damage of the attack, but you also get a little bit of healing stars if you do still land the parry. This is a really good accessory. It does not prevent your adrenaline from going down if you hit the parry, because it still does like 1 damage technically as an attack if you were to parry something, but this is still just a really good accessory. And gamers, with that being said, that is going to be the end of this episode here today. That is all the time I have to record, and realistically, we probably wouldn't even have much more time on the episode to do something if we did have time to record. So, gamers, like the video if you like it, subscribe if you really liked it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. But before we go, if you have the option down, I don't know if it'd be in the comments or like by the like button or something, but if you have this option, please also hype this video up. Hype is some kind of new YouTube system that they're beginning to implement, and if you have the option, please hype this video because it helps like spread my channel around, helps spread my video around, and it would honestly just really help me. So if you have the option to hype up this video, then please hype it down below. And gamers, again, with that being said, that's going to be all for me. Like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.